If you look at my screen, you can see I've written break, continue, and then pass. Now I'm not making fun of you. I'm not giving any form of instructions. These are control statements that we have in Python whenever we are dealing with our loops, right? So we are going to look at all of them in action. So first of all, let's look at our break. So in similar fashion, let's just create a condition just like I've been doing in the other lessons. In range, let's just choose a range and then say 5. Now at this point, for anyone who has been coding along, this is a very common error that Python developers face. Whenever you want to do a loop, you need a semicolon over here. Look for your semicolon, and then on the next line, it has to look like a paragraph. Those are just some simple things that you have to keep in mind. Good. Now we need to write a condition. Yes, any condition at all. So we say if, let me see, I, let's say, is equal to 3, guys. So now we've made another if statement over here. This is an if statement, you understand? Over here, now this also needs a semicolon, and when we go under it, we also need something like a paragraph. When I have this, right, now I want to say break. So let's look at this. So semicolon paragraph ish, semicolon paragraph ish, and then you write what you want to write. So we use our keyword break. Now we print our I. Good. So let me actually just run and we'll see what happens, and then my explanation is going to come. So yes, we can see that what we have here is 0, 1, and then 2. Good. So we can see that we just have 0, 1, and then 2 over here. Now that tells us that this break statement is telling us that, so whenever Python sees this break statement, it's telling it to stop whatever it's doing, no matter what, like just stop. You see, if I is equal to 3, so whenever I is equal to 3, just stop. So first I will be 0 because range defaults from 0, so it's fine, it will print it and then to continue. I will be 1, it's fine, it will print it and then to continue. I will be 2, it's fine, it will print it and to continue. But the moment I is 3, the condition is satisfied, then we just break, like literally break time, and then we move on. Yes, that's the break for you. Then we can look at continue. So again, let's just create another range. Let's use 5 again. Again, our colon, paragraph ish, and then we write what you want. We say if I is equal to 2. Good. So when we have if I is equal to 2 like this, yes, if I is equal to 2 like this, we need to add another statement, right? But right here, we just want to say we want to continue. Yes, as opposed to the break, we want to continue, and then we come and then we print I over here. Good. So let's run this. Good. Yeah, so you can see what happened as opposed to the break. So what we want to do is we just want to skip. You understand? Like when this condition is met, we just continue. We don't come and print anything. You understand? Otherwise, if this condition is not met, then we print our I. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me go over it again. If the conditions here are met, we do this. We just continue. And if they are not met, we print I. Good. So you can see that when you got to 2, we didn't print, we just continued. And then went to 3 and then went to 4. Yes, so that is the use case for our continue. And finally, let's look at pass. So pass is very simple. Like it's very simple to use our pass. Let's see, for I in range 3 like this, and I literally do not want to do anything. I'll say pass. Let's say I'm not prepared for the logic I'm about to write. And so sometimes you are building these applications, you know the functions and loops that you want, at least at a high level, but you don't really know what you want to do in them. whether you want to call another function, what you are passing to was like you don't really have the details. You can just make pass and then you do the whole structure, and then you make another one. So for I in range, let's say 64. Then we say print I. So maybe we know definitely what we want to do with the second one, but we don't really know what we want to do with this in the first, loop, right? So what we don't want to do is our whole application must not crash just because of that. This too long. I just want to make a demonstration. Our whole application must not crash just because of this. You understand? So what we want to do is we just want to hit our run. So you can see that we have no problem with the results. It have been printed over here, but we just ignored everything over here. We just passed. Yes. So those are the control statements that we have available to us when we are looping in Python.